All right, I'm back. And by back, I mean that this is the fourth attempt I'm going to make at showing a piece of an assignment. Oh, by the way, I'm Mr. Bing. This is no, it's Introduction to Engineering Design, part of the Project Lead the Way engineering program at Liberty High School in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This is a first level course. But anyway, what I'm trying to do here is give instruction, which is something that I'm paid very well to do. I'm going to give some instruction. And what I'm going to try to do for the fourth time, because I keep making colossal mistakes, is explain constraining a sketch, which is activity 1.3.3. You can see that for yourself in the IED curriculum. And so in this assignment, we've been doing a lot of sketching with a lot of tools. And right now, this tool is about making a sloppy sketch, intentionally sloppy, and then constraining it so that it neatens up into what you really want. And it turns out this style of sketching is sometimes, many times, much more efficient and productive than what we do with making boxes and circles and lines. Even though I am going to do that, I'm just going to be sloppy about it. And so the point of this assignment is to take a sloppy sketch like that and constrain it so that it becomes a much more precise sketch like that, with the shape it needs to be and the dimensions it needs to be. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this sloppy sketch on Autodesk Fusion 360. So I'll open this up, and every time I open Autodesk Fusion 360, at least when I'm in an instructional mode, I like to start with the cleanest, emptiest, blankest project that I can have, because the whole starting over process. I was just telling these guys that starting over process, I think you pretty much learn more that way. There is a project that's already here that I'm going to get rid of, and I don't know how to delete it, so I'm just going to archive it. And I don't know where archives go, but I know that it's no longer visible, so that's nice. And so I'm going to make a new project. I'm going to call it IED 1.3.3, and then WBM for my initials, Walter Bing Marshallek, and push enter. And now I have a new project. I can make a new folder, which I used to do. I'm not doing because I'm not sure what I'm gaining from that. So I want to make a sketch on this plane, because that's the front plane according to Autodesk Fusion. Oh, make sure that my settings are to inches, and they are. So I'm going to make a sketch now, and that sketch is going to be made up of lines. And I am going to cheat on the first line. The very first line, I know from the diagram, is supposed to be 100 inches. So I could constrain that, or to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to start it that way. This is cheating. And then I'll push enter. And I got a 100 inch line there. And so now I'm going to make more lines that look like this. I don't know how well you remember what it looked like. Yes, Kindred. His computer's about to die. So what do you suggest?
I don't know. Plug into the outlet.
Your computer or the? Hang on. Let me pause this thing, because Kindred is more important than anything else. Let me see. What do I do? Should I pause? Resume recording. I had to stop for just a minute because my man Kindred has a problem, but he's an engineer, so he's trying to solve it. And then we also talked a little bit about The Mandalorian. If you have not seen episode 10 of Mandalorian, we have to talk, because it's we got a problem. So anyway, on this sloppy sketch that I just made, I have to constrain, and the first constraint that I'm going to make is I'm going to go vertical and horizontal. I'm going to go vertical on that one, constrained. I'm going to go, that one doesn't need to be constrained. I'm going to go make that go away. And then I'm going to go horizontal on that one. I'm going to go vertical on that one. I'm going to go vertical on that one. That one's already horizontal. And then see, it's starting to shape up. Now that I've got all the horizontals and verticals set, I do see that there's these diagonals. Neither diagonal, by definition, is neither horizontal nor vertical. And so I'm going to leave those alone for right now. But I do know that I have to constrain. Where's the thing? I have to. Oh, by the way, I'm so stupid. It's supposed to look like that. So the constraining is going to go like that. So notice I have the 100, which I defined, and now I'm going to set constraints for the 15 and the 45 and the 15. See, there we go. Kindred is an engineer. Kindred identified a problem, and then attacked the problem and came up with a solution. Engineering has occurred. Yes. Okay, so I need to make my sloppy design look like this, which I sort of have done a little bit right there. And so, but now I need to constrain these dimensions, and I want to have a 15 here, and a 45 here, and a 15 here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the dimension, right? I'm going to do this. This is going to be 15 because I'm constraining it. That's not the way it was originally designed. And I think this one is going to be 15. And then this one, I don't know if you even noticed, this one's going to be 20. And this one is going to be 15. All right. And I could do the same thing here, but why don't I just do an equal constraint? So now I got an equal. That's good. That's beautiful. A beautiful equal constraint. And so now, let me see, is there a center midpoint? I want a midpoint here and midpoint here. Okay, I should not have done that. Make that go away. What I was trying to do just that moment is make sure that the middle of this line and the middle of this line match. And if there is a way to do that, I don't know how, but I'm gonna, well, there's a couple ways to do it. And I'm gonna use this way instead, which is probably not the way that they intended. But I'm gonna force a dimension, constrain a dimension of 40 here. And the reason I'm saying 40, because I've done this project 4 times. I know that a half of 100 is 50, half of 20 is 10. If you take 10 off of the 50, you get 40. And so that's starting to look right. Everything is starting to look right, right, Caden? Everything's starting to look right, except I've had trouble figuring out how to make these the correct angle, which turns out to be 45 degrees, depending on how you measure it. When I say 45 degrees, maybe that makes sense, but maybe not. When I try to do a dimension constrain the dimension, if I do this, okay, if I do this, oh, there we go. And so I want that to be 45, except not really, because it's the supplement of the 45, which turns out to be 35, if that makes any sense to anyone. Okay, see, that's good. It's looking like something's happening. I'm going to do an equal on this and this, and maybe that, maybe that. Well, yes, that's actually working. You have no idea how exciting this is. I'm not acting as excited as I probably should, because I'm still, I have the residue of the failure from the previous 3 times I tried to do this video. But if I had done this the first time, I'd go, oh my God, we did it. And so I'm just a little distressed by the fact that it took 4 times to get to this point. Okay, now in the project, make that go away. In the project, they want us to do that, and we've done that. They want us to take the sloppy sketch like that and turn it and make it neat and nice and properly the proper measurements using the constraint tool. So we pretty much have done that. I forgot. There's circles here. Okay, I know what to do. I'm going to cheat because I don't really either have time or if I even know how to explain something. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line. Anyway, there needs to be a circle here, and there needs to be a circle here, and those circles have a dimension of diameter 5, and this is tangent to an imaginary line which is halfway up this little piece, and then it also looks like it is in line. I don't know what else to call it. In line with this little corner. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing here. And so I need to draw what I call a construction line across here, and I need it to be the center and the center of that. So I don't know if any of that makes sense to anyone in the world, but I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw a line from here to here. And I intentionally drew it not in the center. And so what I can do is I can do, what does that say? Midpoint. I can do this to the midpoint of that. Okay, that didn't work. I can error. So I can do that, the midpoint of that to that. All right, still no good. How about if I just undo that, because I don't know how to use that tool properly. How about I just undo that and instead draw what I call a construction rectangle. It's not, I mean, it's a rectangle, but I'm just using it to help me figure out where the midpoint is. And 15, half 15, 70. Okay, so that works. This is not, an elegant procedure at all. Remember I said about Mr. Hoffman, if he were here, he would tell me, what are you, an idiot? Do you not know how to make proper constraints? And he would say, you have no elegance in the way that you do your designs. Bowden, my friend, yes, you may. So there's no elegance. That's what he would say. There's no elegance. And like I said, the joke I said before, and it's not going to be as good because I've already said it, which is if there's one word that describes Mr. Hoffman, it is elegant. So I have the line here, and I want to make a circle, a sloppy circle, sloppy circle. See, that's sloppy. And then another sloppy. See, that's sloppy. And so according to the original diagram, there's supposed to be a midpoint line. And it is supposed to be tangent. That circle is supposed to be tangent. So guess what? There's a tangent tool. I can make that circle tangent to that line, and I can make that circle tangent to that line. Oh, and I also can define the diameter, use a constraint to make that 5, the diameter 5. That's looking good. And then make that a diameter of 5. Good. Those look good, but they're clearly incorrectly positioned. So I'm going to make another line here because I think it's supposed to line up with that corner. These are just like construction lines, even though they're really not. Okay, that didn't work. So go here and do this and do that. And there's these lines. I don't know if those lines are actually what I want, but make a tangent again. It's already tangent to there. It worked. It worked. Okay, so tangent to tangent, and then I'm going to make that tangent to that. Except I need it on the other side. How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I do that? Can I move this? Okay, maybe that tangent from here to here. Okay, good. And then these stupid lines that I made that I don't need, I'm gonna delete them. They're construction rectangles or construction lines or something. It's not working. Okay, and it also there's also a thing here. And there's also a thing here. Okay, that's no good. There's also, I'll just leave it there. Nobody cares. And okay, I'm good. I got the thing looking right. It looks like that. That's good. Did you sign out, Bowden? Yes. And so that looks good. However, ultimately, it's supposed to look like that. And you notice that vertical piece, oh my gosh, we're running time. This vertical piece is longer, right? So I'm going to change the constraint. See, that's nice. I'm going to change the constraint to 45. And yeah, that looks pretty nice. So I'm going to now finish the sketch, I guess. That looks okay. And then I'm getting back to our old things. I'm going to now do that. How far out do I want it to go? 10 maybe? How about 5? Okay, I just made that dimension up. I don't think it's given in the assignment. All right, so I got a part, and next I'm going to do a drawing. I guess I'm going to name this IED 1.3.3. You know, Brandon, this is the point in every class in the middle of a video when I start to look at the clock and everything goes straight to the netherworld. Part 1, I guess. I don't know. Save it. These are all these default settings. I don't know what they are. And so now am I going to do that? Is that what I'm going to do? Okay. All right, that's good. And then I'm going to, I think it's called a projection. I'm making multi-views. Okay, I'm making multi-views. And you're probably thinking, what is that? That's the top, front, and side of the object. Here's the isometric 3D view. Isometric 3D has to be, edit view, has to be edit the view. Has to be shaded, cannot have any hidden lines. And there, that looks nice. I also need dimensions for this thing. Where are the dimensions? Is that a dimension? Where are dimensions? Okay, dimensions. I want to have an overall dimension of this object. And I know that looks pretty bad, but I want my dimensions to be in between the views. And as a matter of fact, I really don't like the way that looks. So I'm going, instead I'm going to put my dimension here, put my dimension there, even though typically you don't put it in the top view. And then I want I guess an overall height dimension, right? An overall height of this, overall height. You like to put the dimensions, that's not the right dimension. Okay, so obviously I made a mistake in my original part. That's probably should be 75. Can I go back and fix it? Can I go back? I don't have time for that. Brandon, every day this happens. Okay, so, oh, and then I got these circles here. Dimension those circles. I'm gonna dimension that. Why? What is wrong? Dimension? Is that dimension? Dimension? What? I don't know. This happened again. Hang on, I'm gonna pause it. Pause. Hi, I'm back. Brandon helped me figure this out. Where'd we go here, Brandon? Dimensions tab, and then is that diameter? Diameter, and I'm gonna put that there. And remember, the diameter is 5, I think is what we did. And what I would also like to do, escape. What I would also like to do is, it's time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up, dudes. What I would also like to do is, how do I edit that? How do I edit that? How do I? Okay, and what I want to do after that is put TYP, period. And the reason we put TYP, that means typical, that this particular circle and this particular circle are the same. And let me see, what else can I do? I'm going to make a dimension here. That's nice. I'm going to make a dimension here. For some reason, for some reason, I have that wrong for some reason. Let me slide that out a little bit. I made a mistake in the previous one. I'm sorry. And so I don't need a dimension here because I can take the 75.34 and subtract these two to figure that out. However, it would be nice if I could dimension here to here. I could do that. Very, very sloppy. Very, very sloppy work. This is embarrassing. Okay, then I dimension here. And is that everything? Is that everything I need? How about this? Maybe that. Is that everything I need? Another colossal failure from Mr. Bing's class, but maybe you get the point. I'm just going to say goodbye, and we're going to go home and have happy lives. Bye, everybody. Oh, let me stop the share. Bye, everybody. That's a goodbye. I'll miss you.